boy in the corner there. You ought to be a Boy Scout. You're a fine-looking fella, and I know you would make a jolly good backwoodsman by the look of you. You're ugly enough anyway.
The Pretty Random Life of Robert BadenPowell.
He was born in 1857 and was the 8th of 10 children.
Although BadenPowell didn't excel at school,
he did grow up to be 5 foot 6 inches tall.
5'7" when wearing his hat.
His moustache of choice was the chevron.
He didn't trust men who waxed their moustaches.
Maybe this is down to one of his encounters whilst working as a spy.
He wrote a book about those adventures.
In fact, he wrote over 30 books and provided all the drawings.
The most popular of these books was Scouting for Boys,
which would become one of the best-selling books of all time. You'd think that with all of his fame fortune, it'd go to his head.
But he never took a penny from these sales.
Instead, donating all his royalties to the Scouts organisation.
He was 50 years old when he created the Scouts,
which today has over 40 million members.
It was during his successful defence of Mafeking, South Africa, that the idea came to him.
He was impressed by how well the cadets responded to challenge.
He believed that outdoor adventures formed character,
giving young people the confidence and skills for a productive and happy life.
Speaking of happy lives,
he met his wife Olaf on an ocean liner, and they tied the knot 7 months later.
And coincidentally, Olaf shared the same birthday as Robert Baden-Powell.
February 22nd, Founders Day.
After the global success of Scouting for Boys, younger children soon ask to join the adventure. Wolf Cubs is launched as a pilot scheme in 1914. Baden-Powell asks Vera Barclay to help him develop a handbook and prepare the scheme. With the men away on the Western Front, many women volunteer as leaders. In December 1916, Wolf Cubs officially begins. At the first World Scout Jamboree in 1920 at Olympia, 500 cubs take part in a huge grand howl.
Hello, boys. Did you hear that howl? It was given by a wolf cub. Do you know what a wolf cub is? Yes, he is a small boy in uniform with a green jersey and cap, bare knees, and ugly face. Yes, but whatever his face is like, don't you forget it. He has a good heart.
What do you reckon Cubs was like 100 years ago? But it was really old-fashioned.
They didn't have electricity, so they would have had just candle. So once the candle's out, they wouldn't be able to see.
I bet they still made a promise.
Yeah, probably.
What do you think Cubs would be like in 100 years' time?
There could be hover cars.
I bet it would be really futuristic.
I think there will be Cubs on the moons, so they can learn about the moon's like atmosphere
properties and things.
Yeah, and like find out more about the moon and why it's got those massive craters in.
What about we have like a rocket minibus?
Yeah, with a Cub sign on it, and we send it all the way up to space.
If you had to play dodgeball on the moon, it would like be really hard because
there's zero gravity, and
so the person might be not able to catch it in time. What's the best thing about Cubs? The best thing about Cubs is probably that we get to play lots of games, we get to meet with new people and people we've never met before, and we get to make new friends, just like they did 100 years ago.
So I reckon Cubs is just the same.
I suppose so.
bungee run out on a camp. They put loads of soap on this mat and you have to run with elastic attached. Yeah. And it pulled you back. That was fun.
Yeah. I think one of the best things we've done in Cubs is going in the freezing cold pool. Because it was really cold. It was quite cold.
Okay, that was too cold for me.
Yeah, and also the winter space camp with all the telescopes and when we used the iPads to see what was in the sky.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not like this big camping person, but I sort of enjoyed my first camp because there was a great laugh and Harry, gotta be truthful, you snore like mad.
That's nice to know. Yeah.
Very pleasant.
I love Cubs.